It's The Jack Show with Jack Stockton, celebrating everything entertainment. Join us as we take you behind the scenes of your favorite celebrity interviews, red carpet premieres, and award shows. From New York to Los Angeles, The Jack Show covers fashion, film, music, and television.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to The Jack Show. Today, I have a very special guest, Serena Dykman. She is the writer, producer, and director of BABKA. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so fun.
You know, I know we only have a short segment here, but I really wanted to dive into what a neat story. What a neat story about, you know, you've got, well, I'll let you tell. What's the premise of the story?
So the premise is a Hasidic, so Jewish Orthodox baker, BABKA baker, known to make the best babka in New York City. And he loses his sight. He becomes blind due to diabetes. And he needs to get a guide dog in a community that is pretty dog adverse, that is absolutely not used to having pets or having dogs around. And the guide dog trainer is a queer Latino Catholic man. I just want to put it out there. It's a comedy. It's definitely a comedy of culture clash and of two men who end up realizing that they have much more in common than what the world would want to have them believe, through a disability and through the eyes of a dog who is, of course, a German Shepherd.
Well, you know, the more I've heard about you, the more I said everything you do, you bring such a sense of humor to it. And boy, if you had found two sides of a coin and brought them together, but you know, the walk to his shop that day and telling the stories and actually being able to put together all of the things that he's facing, you did a really fantastic job.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, because it's, you know, it's such a big group effort, but it's the challenge with a short is that it is short. And there is so much that needs to be explained in such a short amount of time. And with, you know, with this, we're dealing with what could be very sensitive topics. We're dealing with disability. We're dealing with a very religious community. We're dealing with the queer community. I mean, there's just so much to put into that, and to really be able to kind of explain to the audience without being too on the nose why the ultra-Orthodox community is afraid of dogs for the most part is something that was one of the biggest challenges. So I got really lucky that I did extensive research on this, and I got connected to so many people in the Hasidic world who had guide dogs. I probably actually got connected to every Hasidic person who has ever had a guide dog.
Well, you know, Serena, I just wanted to say how proud the Jack Show is of you for tackling these issues and diving into it. And, you know, there's a fire that burns in creatives' bellies that just won't let these things go. You know, for those of you at home watching, I want you to please follow Serena Dykman. Please support BABKA. It is a great short. Also, she produced Nana, which really touched my heart. We were talking a little bit before the segment, and the love you have for your grandmother, but the story she had to tell, and you documented it.
Absolutely. I'm the granddaughter of 3 Holocaust survivors. I was born in Europe. I've been in the U.S. for a long time. But it's something that, even though I'm not religious by any way, it's something that responsibility of the heritage and of carrying that story on is something that has really guided me on a personal and professional level for over 10 years. And a lot of people ask me, you know, how did I get kind of connected to the Hasidic community, being a secular Jew? And it's something that, especially in Hasidic Williamsburg, it's mostly descendants of survivors from Hungary. So even though, you know, we live our lives in very different ways, there is kind of that thing that connects us, that we are the children, grandchildren, and descendants of people who weren't supposed to have survived.
That's right.
And somehow we all ended up in New York. You know, and so that's I think, I was very pleasantly overwhelmed by how welcoming the community was to my team and to me. You know, at first there was a little bit of, what are your intentions? And once they understood the work that I did with Nana, which is the feature doc on my grandmother, and the fact that our intentions were good and was really to tell a human story, and to showcase the community in a three-dimensional way, and in a way that, I think they've been a lot in the media in the past few years, but often in ways that are very simple, or that don't really explore the full human experience.
Well, you did an amazing job, and what really touched my heart, your grandmother's going to live in my heart for a very long time, because the way she told her story was just a level of confidence and appreciation, and you just got this gratefulness from her, even knowing what she went through. She just radiated joy, and I know that she's so proud of you.
Thank you. I think, she's been, even though she passed when I was a kid, she's been a guiding light, because if she can be happy, she could be happy and have a sense of humor after surviving Auschwitz. It says it all.
It does. It makes
I get to live my dream life, and yeah, it's not easy every day, but it's I'm incredibly grateful to be able to be doing what I do, and to share stories that keep her and keep all the ancestors' story alive in some way, and also to bring levity and humor, because I think we live in a world that's often too serious, and it's also part of our job as entertainers, right? It's to make people feel things, it's to make people laugh.
Well, Serena, you
hearing people laugh
again.
The jokes I run in my films,
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to meeting you. I will be out in Hollywood, and for those of you who are interested, it is the 21st annual HollyShorts Film Festival, nominated for awards, BABKA by Serena Dykman. Again, you are one of my favorites. Thank you so very much. I am sending you so much energy and so much support. The Jack Show is going to follow you for years to come, and when we get off of this segment here, I really want you to know that you've touched not just myself, but our whole team here at the Jack Show, and I cannot wait to see you in Hollywood. Please, again, everybody follow BABKA. Please follow Serena Dykman on all social medias. Serena, it was my pleasure. Thank you again for being on the Jack Show.